Hey guys, and welcome back to Rowena's Hovel. I am Rowena, and I am here to give you all the information that I know about witchcraft. So today we're actually going to be talking about our crystals. Whether you were gifted crystals, whether you found them, whether you walked into a store and said, "Oh my god, that's the most fucking gorgeous thing I've ever seen, I need it," or whether you did your due diligence and research in picking out what you were going to get. Today we're gonna I'm not gonna get into any specifics about any crystals or anything like that. When I do, I will hopefully have an example, be it a picture or a actual physical object to hold and show you of what that crystal looks like. If you are tuning in via YouTube or via my podcast, either way, again, I will link everything back to a blog with pictures and maybe not word for word what I say because I'm a little bit scatterbrained sometimes and you don't want to read that shit. But a general of what we talked about and descriptions and everything like that of whatever it is, be it tarot cards, crystals, whatever have you. So today we are going to talk about two different things. We are going to talk about the cleansing of your crystals, how to do so properly, and what the different shapes of crystals are. Shapes have different meanings, such and such. So we'll go over that. First things first with cleansing your crystals. Know your crystals. I cannot emphasize this enough. Know your crystals. Because what affects a clear quartz won't affect, say, selenite, or vice versa. What will affect selenite will not affect a clear quartz. Make sure you know what you have. This is very, very, very important. Here's why. Because I have a list of crystals that are damaged by sunlight. I have a list of crystals that are damaged by water. There are crystals that are damaged by salt. Know your crystals. If you are unsure of what crystal you have, contact a local shop. Hop on a Facebook group. Find somebody on Instagram that knows crystals. Find out what you have. This is very, 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 very important. Because the last thing you want to do is spend $100 on a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous point or tower and then go to cleanse it and fuck it up. You will not feel like more of an idiot. So please, I urge you, make sure you know what you have. So, a couple of different ways that you can use to cleanse your crystals. Running water. Running water is always an option. Unless you have one of the crystals that is damaged by water. Again, make sure you know what you have. And this can be just running tap water. You can take your crystal into the bathroom. Not even 5 minutes if you so choose. If you need to do a quick cleanse, walk into the bathroom, turn the water on, say something along the lines of God, goddesses, whichever deity you prefer, whatever have you. I would like to use this water in this moment to cleanse my crystals. You can do it that way. You can do it when you take a ritual bath or a spiritual bath. You're already in the process of making the headspace and making the physical space to have a bath, double time. Take your crystal in there, cleanse it as you go, set it next to you. You could use that as the time to charge that crystal as well. Whatever have you. Another one is letting it soak in a bowl of seawater, or sea salt, not seawater, my bad, is letting it sit in sea salt. Again, there are some crystals that will be damaged by the salt. Please, again, check what you have. Now this can be just overnight, for a few minutes, whatever have you. Make sure, if you choose to do this, you do not use the same bowl you used for cereal this morning and SpaghettiOs for lunch, okay? Try and have a dedicated bowl. If this is how you choose to cleanse most of your crystals, make sure you have a dedicated bowl for that. I get it. Sometimes you're in a pinch. You really need to use that extra bowl. Like, you're out of dishes. You don't really feel like using dishes. You don't feel like doing dishes. And you know you have that one bowl stashed in the bedroom that you use, and would have really hurt to use it for SpaghettiOs once. Yeah, it might. It might. And then you have to make sure that you clean it ridiculously good, and then you have to cleanse the bowl again, and it's just better to not use that bowl for anything but that. If you're getting into crystals and you are buying crystals that you know aren't affected by salt, go to the Dollar Tree, spend $1.25, buy a specific bowl for that purpose, and use it for nothing but that purpose. On the same token, you need to change the salt. It is what it is. Don't reuse the bowl for anything else, but also don't reuse that salt for anything else. Once you set a crystal or crystals in that bowl to cleanse them, when you are done cleansing them, get rid of the salt. And you can get rid of it, throw it away, pour down the drain, whatever have you. Whatever you do, try not to pour it outside or bury it in the ground, because salt does destroy plants and things like that. So please make sure you're mindful of how you dispose of your salt. There's way more. The next thing that you can do is use ocean water. Now, this sounds all fine and dandy, but I live in a damn landlocked state. I ain't getting to the ocean no time soon to use some ocean water to clear my crystals. It's not going to happen. Now, if I were to take a trip to the ocean, you're damn right I'm going to grab some of that ocean water. But this one's really only practical if you live on the coast and you have easy access to ocean water. Now, this one is a catch-22. Not only do you have to be mindful of the crystals that are damaged by water, you also have to be mindful of the crystals that are damaged by salt. Now, some of those crystals overlap, but for the most part, they're two completely separate lists. Please, 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 don't fuck up your crystals. The next thing you can do is you can smoke cleanse. And here's going to be a fun debate, and not really a debate, a fun discussion, because I've actually had this discussion with several people, several times. Smoke cleansing, you can use anything. You can use lavender, you can use sage, you can use Palo Santo. You can use the meditation incense that you bought from Earthbound 2 years ago. Smoke. Not cigarette smoke, just regular smoke. Most of the time, this should be safe for all of your crystals. should be. The big debate that comes in here is what you use to cleanse. Depending on who you talk to, you are going to get mixed answers on if you can use Palo Santo or if you can use white sage or what have you. Listen, if your Palo Santo and your white sage is ethically sourced, you know where it comes from. It comes from indigenous people. Ethically sourced, you are allowed to use it. The other thing is you, unless you are an indigenous person, cannot smudge. You cannot smudge your crystals. You cannot smudge your house. You can cleanse with them, but you cannot smudge. Smudging is a closed practice to the indigenous people. Remember, ethnically sourced. This is coming from people who I have talked to through many groups on Facebook. Are indigenous people. You can use them as long as they are ethically sourced and you are not smudging with them. Okay? I love my white sage. Love it. I use it to cleanse the house anytime I need to. Ethnically sourced. Know where you get it. Back to the crystals. So you can use those things to cleanse your crystals. Now, the next thing you can do is place them on kyanite or selenite. You can buy these both as plates. You can buy them etched. You can buy them blank. You can buy them circle, square, triangle, hexagon, you name it. You can buy plates of these. Make sure your plates have been cleansed before you cleanse crystals on them. You don't want to just transfer stagnant energy back and forth from plate to crystal, crystal to plate. So you can use those two. Another thing you can do is bury it in soil. If you are an earth witch, take those crystals outside, bury them in a hole, cleanse them with the earth. Just remember where you put them. Remember where you put them. Now, if you are an earth or green witch, but you live in an apartment, you don't really feel comfortable walking down 5 flights of stairs, digging a hole in the yard, and hoping a dog doesn't piss on it. Use potted plants. That soil will work just as well as outdoor soil will. So you can bury them. Again, remember where they get buried. Leave them overnight. Leave them for a couple hours. Most people will tell you to leave them overnight with cleansing anyway. Leave it overnight. And come back. Dig them up. Brush them off. Your crystals are cleansed. Another thing you can do is sound healing. You can use bells. You can use singing bowls. You can use your voice, maybe. I don't know. Sound healing is not something that I know a lot about or do a lot of. I did music in high school and middle school. It's kind of where it left. So you can use sound. Now, this is going to be one of the safest options if you are unsure and cannot get an answer on what crystal you have. Cleanse it with sound. Take 15 minutes. Grab your ritual bells. Grab your ritual bowl. With ritual singing bowl. Not eating bowl. And cleanse them that way. Another thing you can do is putting them in a bowl of brown rice. I guess to the same extent that if you drop your phone in the toilet, The rice is going to soak all that water up. The rice is going to soak the negative and stagnant energy off of your crystals. Another thing you can do is put them in a bowl of flower petals. It's another one of those. Throw them in there. Let it sit. Should be good to go. Another way is leaving them out in the moonlight. You can... It's all dependent on who you talk to and what kind of magic you practice. Whether you leave them out on a full moon, a new moon, both, a blood moon, an eclipse. I know there's a lot of people that tell you that leaving them out during an eclipse is going to bring chaotic energy. I honestly don't know. I always throw mine out on a full moon. The thing with that is to make sure if you set them on the windowsill or outside, make sure it's not going to rain or the dew's not going to get to them. The other big thing is to make sure you pull them before sunrise. Do not let them sit through the sun. That's not only to protect the ones that are harmed by sunlight, but they are a different charge, if I'm remembering correctly, if they sit through both moonlight and sunlight. I think it's celestial charge or something of that nature. And that, depending on who you talk to, could bring different vibes with them. And then, of course, if you can't do any of these, you can always just reset the intention on your crystal. Sit down for a 5-10 minute meditation. Clear your head space. Clear your mind space. Reset your intention for that crystal. And it should help. Along with caring for your crystals, because I'm going to go ahead and talk about this some. Most of your local witchy shops, your local metaphysical stores, most of your shops that you find on Etsy, a lot of them will go ahead and do the research and know what crystals are damaged by water, what crystals are damaged by salt in making jewelry. If you wear crystal jewelry, again, know what you're wearing. It's going to affect your body differently, but also if you sweat, you don't want to ruin that crystal. You don't want that crystal to start disintegrating against your skin, because who knows what's going to happen to your skin after that. Be careful with your crystals and know what you have. So, now that we've gone over that, and if I missed something or you know another way to cleanse your crystals that I didn't go over, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Let me know on Facebook. Shoot me a message. Whatever have you. Like, I'm always down to learn. That's what I'm here for. That's what you guys are here for. And I'm kind of just making these so that everybody can share their knowledge. It's been a crazy time. Been a very crazy past couple of years. I want to be able to have a wealth of knowledge out there for those that want to know or don't know. Since we're in the middle of the video, like and subscribe. So this way you know when we post our next video. Again, I don't have a set schedule on when they're going to come up. I'm going to try and get a couple made beforehand and hopefully put a schedule out for them. I don't really know. No. Again, like and subscribe. You'll find out. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about in this episode is crystal shapes and meanings. Crystals have different shapes. Shapes mean different things. Because obviously a square with a triangle on top means a house and an octagon means stop. Everybody has different meanings for their crystals. For their crystals. Crystal shapes mean different things. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is a knife-shaped crystal. They do exist. They are very pretty. Most of them are fairly pricey. Totally worth having. They're good for athames, to use as an athame on your altar. If you don't know what an athame is, it's a ritual knife. Not used to cut your butter. It's an athame. It's a ritual knife. Same as the bowls. It is bought for ritual purposes and is to be used for ritual purposes only. So a knife-shaped crystal is going to be used to help cut cords. Cut ties between you and somebody else. Cut ties between you and a bad habit. Cut ties between you and a vice. It's used for cutting ties. I wish I had one to show you, but I don't. They're pricey. And I had a spending limit for my Mother's Day present, and that was out of my spending limit, and I had other shit to buy. So I didn't get one of those. The next thing that you can get is a sphere, a crystal ball. Super pretty. You can get all types of crystals in sphere form. Blech. With your sphere crystals, make sure you have a stand for them to go on. This way they don't roll around. There's less chance of breakage, things like that. Another thing, if you buy a giant clear quartz crystal ball for your coffee table at home, I have seen in several different places. I have not tried it because I'm not testing my fucking luck. Throw something over it when you leave. Throw a towel over it. Throw a blanket over it. Something. Especially if this is sitting in a place that gets lots of light. No sunlight will not damage, I don't think. Hold on. Let me double check that really quick. Keep out of water. Damaged by water. Hold on. So I don't misinform. No, it's fine. So, sunlight will not damage your clear quartz, but your clear quartz can damage your house with the sunlight. You ever seen Toy Story where they stick the magnifying glass up and they burn Woody in the middle of the head? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about house fires, y'all. House fires. That's not worth the bullshit. Throw a towel over that before you leave. The sphere is meaning harmony. The meaning of a spherical crystal is harmony and energy all around. It is the exact same no matter which way you turn it. All sides are perfectly rounded, perfectly smooth. It's all around energy, all around harmony. The next thing is clusters. Crystal clusters. These are another, depending on what crystal you get of them, crystal clusters can also be fairly expensive. Some of them can be used to help charge your crystals, but they are also good at helping to radiate energy. So, charge that bitch up with happiness, love, and light. Set that bitch in the middle of your house. It should help radiate that happiness, love, and light energy into your house. Another shape that is commonly found is a skull-shaped crystal. Again, they're super pretty. These are used to help you manifest your intentions. Manifesting. That's something we'll talk about later. Another shape you can find is a palm stone. Those are going to be yay big, fit in the palm of your hand. Some of them have they have a flat side, and then the other side is kind of divoted in. It's like a worry stone. Rub your finger over it. It helps calm you. And that's exactly what the meaning of it is. It's for grounding. It's going to help bring you back down, bring you back to earth, bring you back to sanity. The next thing, the next shape that you can buy crystals in is a freeform crystal. And it's exactly what it is. It's freeform. I don't know if I've seen one in person. I might have and just not realized it. But these are used for high vibration energies. These are going to help bring out high vibrations. An obelisk, it's going to have 4 sides and a point. 4 sides and a point, kind of like the Egyptian obelisks. They help to dissipate negativity. You can buy rough stones. This is going to be your raw, just chipped that shit out of a cavern stones. They are used to help with strong and pure energy. Another one you can get is a pyramid. That's going to be like the top of the obelisk. Everybody knows what a pyramid looks like. Again, Egypt, you've seen that shit. Those help to focus your energy and remove blockages. Pretty simple. I'm sure you've also seen where some people take resin into a pyramid shape and they layer crystals in there, crystal chips. Those are going to be, although the crystal chips themselves are chip in tiny form, they are going to help do the same thing since they have been forced into a pyramid shape. You have crystal cubes. These are going to be good for grounding and meditation. So another one that's going to help ground you and bring you back down. Your points. These look like obelisks. They have more sides. They have more than the 4 sides of an obelisk. There is a difference. They do have different meanings. They do different things. Your points are going to amplify the energy. They're going to make what energy you have and that you're putting into that crystal, they're going to amplify it. They're going to make it bigger. They're going to make it better. A double terminated quartz. Double terminated, that means it's got a point on each side. It's point shaped, it's cylindrical with sides, and then pointed on each side. This is going to help absorb energy on one side and emit energy on the other side. So you're going to be able to help pull negative energy and push positive energy. You have heart-shaped crystals, love hearts. They're going to help send love, so you can send those to a friend that's sick, send those to somebody who's lost somebody. Send them to your secret love. It sends love. Buy it for yourself. Send yourself some love. Self-love is very important, especially in the craft. Self-love is everything. And then the last one is an egg-shaped. These also are very important to have a stand for. Eggs roll. This crystal shape will roll as well. It's simple. It means stability as well as, you guessed it, fertility. So my suggestion, I understand that you may need this stability in your life. But as a single person, I don't know that I would buy an egg-shaped crystal. Just for the fact that it does have fertility energy in it. I am married with a kid, and I stay away from that fertility shit as much as I can, because I don't need another one right now. So, and then of course you're gonna find different. Those are the basic crystal shapes. You're gonna find other ones. I have a necklace that has a that's a rose quartz shaped like a moon. You're going to find some that are shaped like stars. I've also seen, I've seen people sell Pokemon shaped crystals, which is dope as fuck. I don't really know what purpose they serve. If they serve a purpose, who knows? Maybe a Snorlax shaped amethyst is going to help get you more sleep. You never know. But you're going to find different shapes, different sizes. As far as size, some people tell you size matters. Some people tell you size doesn't matter. In my opinion, size doesn't really matter. If you don't have the ability or the place for a 3-foot tall rutilated quartz tower, then you don't have the space for it. Get you a little one. Get you a little tiny one. It don't matter. I have 5 or 6 different points, and they're all different sizes. Now, of course, they all stay on my altar shelves, because I'm not just going to carry a point around. Shit, if I carried that to work, they might think I was trying to stab somebody. But, like, I can wear a necklace to work. Same energy, same vibe. So, what I want you to take away from this episode: know your crystals. Know your crystals. I'm going to say one more time. Know your crystals. Know them. I will go over in another episode. It'll be probably a super short episode, super short segment. I'll run through the couple of lists that I have of crystals that you don't put in water, crystals not to leave in the sunlight, stuff like that. And of course, when I go through and start talking about each and every crystal, not each and every, because there's a shit ton. When I start going through and talking about some of the more popular crystals, some of the crystals that I have in my house, I will definitely touch on making sure you cleanse them properly. But for now, take it away that you know what you have, you know how to cleanse them properly, and that you know kind of generally what shape your crystal is in, what that might symbolize. So I hope this helped everybody. Again, if you have anything that I missed, I have anything to add, please comment down below, like and subscribe. I'm going to link my Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy in. I don't currently sell crystals. I don't know if I will, but I am probably going to eventually do a crystal giveaway. Woo! So keep in touch and let me know if you need anything. Thanks, guys. Blessed be.